Hey guys, Paulo here. When Apple first released the AirPods Pro, I was reluctant to make the switch from my original AirPods. One was that I made an investment towards the First Gen AirPods, and two, I wasn't really a big fan of in-ear devices. I just found them really uncomfortable over time, but more on that later. Now, there are already a lot of videos here on YouTube about the features of the AirPods Pro, so I'm gonna try to keep them at a minimum and focus primarily on my experience overall. I know that there are a ton of original AirPod owners out there who, just like me, love them and are hesitant to make the jump and make the switch. So I'm going to explain my thoughts on why you may or may not want to make the investment on a pair of AirPod Pros. Now, the one thing I loved about the original AirPods were the fact that it made it super simple to get going. You pair the earphones once to your device, and every time after that you just pop them out of its case, place them in your ear, and it connects. On its frequent use, all I had to do was tap once to pick up the phone, double tap to go to the next song, or triple tap to go to the previous song. Compared to other wireless devices like my Bang & Olufsen H8 wireless headphones, I had to put it on, turn it on, and then pair it again just to connect. However, the H8s are truly amazing, and I will do a review on them later on, so subscribe now if you want to check the video out when it goes live. Anyway, I like that it also came with its own case that not only charged the AirPods, but it also kept it safe. The things I disliked about the AirPods were the fact that I never were able to keep these things in my ears for too long. Like, I had to keep adjusting them in my ear to prevent it from falling out. Another minor issue I had with the AirPods were the fact that the case didn't even have wireless charging. Now, granted that I could still charge the case with a lightning cable, but with my recent reliance on wireless charging on my iPhone, I've grown pretty accustomed to just dropping my device onto a charger and just forgetting about it. And finally, the biggest feature I wish it had on was the Hey Siri feature, which I also used a ton on my iPhone. I had to set the left AirPod to summon Siri with 2 taps, which really wasn't a big deal, but having a Hey Siri option would have been awesome. With the release of AirPods 2, the immediate reaction was that it had everything I wanted and addressed most of these issues I had, which I just mentioned, including a wireless charging case, Hey Siri support, and better battery life. However, because these were minor issues, I felt that spending another couple of $100 to get the AirPods to address these minor issues just really wasn't worth it in my opinion, and felt that the AirPods 2 were geared towards those who haven't really experienced or gotten the original AirPods. Then the AirPods Pro came out. Now, I was intrigued because after learning more about these new earbuds, the one feature that intrigued me the most wasn't its noise cancelling feature, but rather its transparency mode. You see, going back to the comfort mentioned earlier in the video, with in-ear earbuds, the one thing I didn't like about them was that it tends to block and muffle out sound, and whenever I wanted to talk or listen to somebody, I had to take it out and do what I had to do and painfully twist and shove this earbud back in. And with Apple's transparency mode, this eliminates that completely. So the transparency mode basically just activates the same microphones built in that cancels out the sound, but instead naturally allows raw sound waves going into your ear. It's extremely impressive, and it's just something you have to experience in person. Another huge feature that I feel makes the transparency mode feel even more authentic is on the exterior. The fact that the AirPods Pro is an in-ear device when you put in your ear, there are 2 things that make the experience even better for me. One is the fact that Apple's included ear tips are less rubber gripping and are softer, more delicate, and when you put it in your ear, it's just not as harsh and less painful to keep on. And the second is Apple's AirPods have this pressure release feature that when you normally put on earbuds, there's an uncomfortable buildup of pressure inside your ear. With the AirPod Pros, the pressure that's built up inside your ear is released the moment you secure the bud in your ear. It's very satisfying, and every time you put these on and mixed with transparency mode, it feels like you've got the original AirPods in. It's kind of weird, but it's something you have to try. And sometimes I actually forget that I have earbuds on, let alone in-ear buds, which again is something I don't normally like. The sound quality on these are pretty great. When you activate noise cancelling, it does lower surrounding noise, and switching between transparency and noise cancelling, I don't find it affects the equalization of what I'm listening to. So for example, with regular earbuds, when you turn on noise cancelling, it tends to put a lot of refinement towards the low end or the bass. With the AirPods Pro, whether you go between transparency or noise cancelling, I found that the sound of what I'm listening to remains the same. Now, what about the downsides? Earlier, I mentioned that I made the investment on a pair of First Gen AirPods, and I didn't mention one reason why I made the jump, which is primarily battery life. Yes, the AirPods built-in battery were starting to give where I would have phone calls lasting less than 30 minutes or less. And that just sucks. So going back to the AirPods Pro, that eventually means that the built-in batteries, just like the first gens, will give out. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but it will eventually give. You can own a pair of premium wired earbuds, granted without transparency mode, and with the proper care, technically you can keep them forever. With the AirPods Pro, they're so good that when the batteries start to give out, you can care for them, keep them scratch-free, but batteries have a limited lifespan, and hopefully by then there will be user replaceable options, which I don't think is an option today the last time I checked. But you can always go to Apple to get a replacement for that wonderful Apple fee. Anyway, that was my personal experience review of the AirPods Pro. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if you like or love the AirPods Pro, and if you were like me, you were on the same boat as I am, that you're still rocking the first gen AirPods. And as always, please like if you found this video great, or sub if you found it awesome. Till next time.